Okay, so 15 I'll just go.
Resin?
Yeah. And then I have my phone. Yeah, okay, good. And your earrings are fabulous. They're so pretty. And is that all you're using this?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
what's wrong with the light?
Well, it's washing out the video. If there's a light, it should be not.
Well, like, what's more important to you?
So like
Video
somebody's
or?
fingernail?
It's up to you. I mean, you're the.
Yeah, it looks like he's got like a fingernail. Oh, it looks like a little crystal.
On the bottom, and then looks like a couple of them, whatever.
There's something in that corner.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, it's just not so it's in here, because here, basically, you can't see what's on there,
All right,
and it's barely
figure that out.
you.
Do you have a microphone? I was told there's a.
Why do you get some?
Test, test.
No, it's like a guitar pick.
Hello, hello, hello? Sounds good? You can hear me okay? Yeah?
Turn it up just a tad.
If I was a singer, I would sing for you. That would be so cool,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I can't. Hello, hello, hello? Hello, hello, hello? Hello, hello, hello? Thank you.
Hello.
The mic is working.
Yeah, we'll start. No, you're eager.
How about that on the seat?
Did you do her cards?
Yeah, that's fine.
This is a deck.
Still kind of washes out with
That's
the
your,
stage, but I have the
that's
iris.
yours. Is that your deck?
Just where it was up on the stage is bad.
Did you
Okay.
sell it? Okay, that's why. Okay. Got it. I have that deck.
You do?
That's right.
Cool.
Yeah. And Michael. Oh, Michael.
So there's something down there. $20. You sit in a chair, you put headphones on, and then you do psychedelic rides.
You did that?
I did that.
How was that?
I don't know what the point is, if you're supposed to see other things other than that, or the lights are supposed to release something or whatever. It was really different. It was like you're on a psychedelic trip. Seeing all these lights and shapes and things, music with it. It was only $20. Jim, are you seeing anything you're interested in doing, like a reading or a body work?
I'll see. We got a break between 4 and 5, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. We just go with the flow.
I'll tell you later. Glasgow. So I'm not moving my bed again.
Is it the right direction?
It's supposed to be where the little window
Oh,
is.
I don't know. You never even. I had it there before. It's on.
Not, I know that if she came out, she'd have a hissy fit.
Well, oh, where it is right now seems good, though, right?
It's in the,
It's in the
it
north.
actually faces north,
Yeah.
but it's supposed to be east.
I think you left it there. How? Why? Oh, because of what she
Because of
said.
the rising star.
Oh.
It has to be.
Yeah, I can't face mine. It's because I'd be facing my head towards the bathroom. And there's always different systems of feng shui.
But there's always remedies that they can do too.
Yeah.
So maybe they could put a big rabbit at the foot of the bed. That might do it.
Might do it. What would it do? Really? It's the same. I get it. It's the year of the rabbit. So see the little whipped cream.
Yeah, just some of this week.
No cage involved.
No,
Just shave your parts and all that.
we should.
Like a man during the day.
You know, it's possible that I.
Well, it probably doesn't go. Probably like an hour. Well, we don't have. That's okay.
Time to start.
Good. I was thinking you were coming up here. Okay. No, you can come up when I introduce you. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you all intuitive artists? Raise your hand if you are in the right room. Far out. All right. So I'm Joan of Angels. I myself am an intuitive artist, which is really interesting. I'll share the story in a second of how I actually found Justine, which I think is kind of interesting here. But guys, who here has been to the Conscious Life Expo before? Okay, who here is new? Oh my God. Okay, so like almost a third of the room is new. So guys, if you've been here before, let's welcome everyone to the Expo. It gets in your blood, right? So we're really appreciative. Congratulations on finding us. This is our 21st year of conscious programming, of being at the forefront of everything from health, wellness to extraterrestrials and consciousness. So we have 3 floors. You're here on the new rabbit hole floor, but we have the lobby and the mezzanine, all different kinds of energy, so take advantage of it. If you want a video of today's broadcast, of today's show, you can get it tomorrow morning. It'll be available for you tomorrow morning. All right, so here's about what I know about Justine. The other night, I was looking through the program guide. You know, I work with the Expo, and I was just flipping through, looking for my speakers. And I see this one, Justine. Did anyone see this ad? All right. And it talks about a professional visual school for spiritual artists. Who here is a spiritual artist, right? So I saw this, and it was like, oh my God, I have to meet her. And why aren't I introducing her, was my next thought. And I'm looking through the guide, and I'm walking around, and it turns out, and I met her yesterday, I could hardly believe it, and it turns out I was asked to introduce her. And I'm really honored that the whole fact this is the first time we've had a visual artist coming here down to teach people about how to be a professional artist who listens to the voice within and their guides. That's what I did when I was told to start painting 33 angels in 30 days. So she really doesn't need that introduction. I can't read it anyway, it's too small. But she stands for herself. You're in the right place to upgrade your skills, and more important, I think, to have a community of people just like us, you know. So come on up, Justine. The Expo is so happy to have you.
Thank you,
here
Dawn of Angels.
to
Thank
do
you.
this work. Okay. Guys, you are in for a treat. First time we've had this here.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you all being here. Is it better if I talk in this or like this? Microphone's better. Okay, it's a big room. I've only been talking in the tinier room, so this is really cool. Thank you all for being here. I'm Justine, and I'm an intuitive artist, and it all began long, long ago, and I'm so honored my mom is here because it started with her. Thank you. We were painting one day, and as a little kid, and I said, "Mom, what do I paint today?" And she said, "Why don't we turn on the radio and see what song comes on, and you just paint to the music and see what comes out." That was the beginning, my first experience with what I now call intuitive art and in the intuitive process. It's about capturing a feeling, an essence of something unseen and making it tangible and visible. And this is what we're going to practice today. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah? Did everyone get an envelope and a piece of paper and a pen? No. Okay, Luis, my husband's right there, and he'll come bring you one. You can grab that from him. And if you got an envelope, there's a brochure in there, and there's a scan code on it, which you can use to apply to the Intuitive Artist Institute, which all that means is that we would have a Zoom meeting for about an hour, and I could look at your art, and we can talk and see if the school would be a good fit for you. It is an alternative to an art school with more of a spiritual intuitive focus and a way to actually build a thriving career with your own style in your own custom way that feels very authentic to you. So that's something we can talk more about, and I would really love to sit and talk with each one of you who's interested in doing this. That's why I'm offering that time to sit with you, and I want to look at your art, and I want to hear your ideas and go more deep with you, which I can't do all today. But also, you can use the scan code and write in there that you would like to come to my intuitive art workshop / party, which is on March 11th. If you're going to be around in town, you're invited to that. So scan the code, and I'll know you're interested in it, and I'll send you the details for that. We're actually going to be painting together at my private studio. So that's just a little secret invite to anyone that's coming to the workshop. So be sure you get that brochure and some piece of paper and a pen. We don't need much. We're just going to be doing some powerful sacred doodling today, okay? And the idea is that we will be connected to a more childlike aspect of ourself, a playful part of ourself today. That is when we can access the most potent, sacred, beautiful pieces. Our art can be expressed through us most clearly when we are in a playful state. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit more about who I am, what I do. So I did go to traditional art school, and I'm here to tell you it was awesome. I had fun, but you don't need it. If you really want to be a full-time artist, you don't really need it. What we need is community. We need cutting-edge ideas about getting out of the institution. I know I call it an institute, but it's like outside of the box of that. And it just breaks all the ideas of what you think you should be as an artist and what the goals of success and markers of success could be and should be. And I want to help other artists or people that want to tap more into this have access to the confidence and have the tools to really step into that. So anyway, I made Earth Altar Studio, which is a conscious, kind, place for tattooing, and that's in Eagle Rock, Los Angeles. And I started that in 2014 and expanded in 2016 to the location we're at now. So during the pandemic, it had to shut down, and so I wanted to be of service to my community, and so I started doing intuitive painting art workshops on Zoom, and that evolved and turned into the Intuitive Artist Institute, which I called the I Am Code, the Intuitive Artist Movement Code. And so we're going to be playing around with some techniques here that I teach my students. I also published 2 cool decks that you may have seen or may have not. They're both available on Amazon. I have a booth downstairs, 357 in the International Ballroom, so you can come by and see me, see the decks, or you can get them on Amazon. This is the Rainbow Warrior Activation deck, and this I co-published with Tracy Dunblazer. And then this was with Rockpool Publishing and the Sacred Seed Oracle deck. And so my lifestyle, my day-to-day life looks like this. I do intuitive tattoos 2 to 3 times a week. And then I teach a couple times a week. And then I work on the business side of those businesses, Earth Altar and the Intuitive Artist Institute on the other days. And then I enjoy my weekends and I enjoy my free time and this flowy flow of life. And it's all based on just being 100% creative, and it all came from, it all started with meditation, really. And when I was in college, I'm 37 now, so in my early 20s, I came to the Conscious Life Expo, and a woman was passing out meditation CDs, and that's something, a guided meditation is what I listen to every single night to help me fall asleep. It calmed my anxiety, and it helped me relax. And then what I found was actually happening was that I was getting into a lower brain wave. I was activating the lower brain wave. And I'll show you a diagram of that. So right now, I'm operating at gamma. You're more beta here and concentration zone. I'm here more of like very focused and vibrating faster. And then where we can access our best creativity, our best ideas, is in alpha theta, in this combination. And when we're in a meditative state, you're activating intuition, memory, creativity, and visualization. So what I didn't know what was happening was this, and I'm laying there in bed. This is before I started doing intuitive tattooing. I had been a painter, and there was like some connection to spirituality, of course, but what happened was I'm laying there in bed and I'm meditating, listening to this ambient music, and all of a sudden, okay, mind you, I grew up pretty much like atheist. There wasn't really any spirituality in our home, right? Okay, and so I'm laying there, and then all of a sudden I have this very clear vision of Jesus's face at my feet, and he's trying to align our eyes together, and I didn't have any clue what that meant. And right after that, which I do now, and it took a long time to really understand what that meant, but we'll come back to that. I'll just say that I believe that that's what Christ consciousness is, and that's something that I talk a lot about with my artists, and that clear connection to the divine source is connected through that, and has brought so much clarity and precision to my creations and my way of connecting with people. So that's why I say that. Okay, so right after that vision, immediately after, the next vision came in so clear. It was my future self doing these very sacred tattoos on this woman's back. Something about the process was like healing her, helping her in some way. And so I knew that was where I needed to be. So where I was just finished art school, had no idea how to make money with my art, because we don't really learn that in art school. I had a lot of anxiety. I was just floundering doing odd and end jobs. So I had this vision of where I wanted to go, and I call that like the GPS address. And I wanted to figure out how to get from where I was there to that awesome vision of where I would be doing these like really cool, important, meaningful, sacred tattoos or designs on people. And that was the most profound thing that was happened during a meditation. I'd never seen vision that clear. And so that's because I was activating the alpha theta brain states. Has anyone heard of Jose Silva? Yes. If you haven't, go check out his books. He's awesome. I didn't discover him until last year. Was it during the summer, I think? Last summer. I was listening to the audiobook and watched a little webinar class on him, and I was shocked by how similar his process was to mine, and it was so affirming to read that. So I highly recommend it. He explains it much more better than I am right now. So check that out. When we're in this state, you have access to so many incredible ideas, and you can get in that flow that we're all chasing as artists. And if you can stretch that out and stay in that place for a longer period of time, it will serve you so, so well. And whenever I'm painting or working on some art, I always have a journal next to me or some paper where I can jot down the ideas. So I highly recommend you do that, because they're going to be flying through when you come into that. Any questions on this while we're at it? No? How many of you are just starting out making art?
I haven't even started.
Yeah, that was my next question. Anyone who hasn't even started is just interested in it? Okay, yeah, good. Anyone like full-blown rocking and rolling as artists? They're doing really great. Yay.
That's what I paint.
Yeah.
That's what I do, I paint.
Awesome.
I've been doing it for a while, but it's not out there.
Okay.
It's my personal stuff.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, wherever you are at, you're in the right place, 100%. And I would love to see the art you have that you've already made, and I'd love to hear about the ideas that you have about making art. And this process that I'm going to show you it's very, very simple, and I mean, it is as simple as listening to a song and encapsulating the feeling, but also being free and playful enough to break the rules and get out of your comfort zone and kind of open yourself up to the divine to create through you. So there's this process of co-creation that I really want to talk to you about. Does anyone have an idea of what co-creation is? Anyone heard that term? Yeah? Okay, we'll go into that.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I don't know if you planned for this workshop, but I'm really curious about tattoos. You know, I don't have any, but I'm just wondering about what is it? Why is it? What draws people to, you know, many friends that have tattoos, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah, what draws people to having tattoos? Well, I'll tell you what specifically people are drawn to when they come to me for an intuitive tattoo. They're coming to me because they're usually at some point in their life where it's a transition. They come to me, or I attract them or catch them at a point where they want to mark the massive change that is unseen, and they want to make it seen. They want to honor. I think it's a rite of passage. It's a way to honor and memorialize and celebrate and adorn and allow the inner spirit to be seen visibly on our skin. It's a way of marking the story of our life visually on our bodies. that's what those who come to me for a piece are wanting to signify, symbolize. So I ask each person I work with, what are 3 main intentions you wish to infuse into this piece? And so they tell me those intentions. And then I'm really glad you brought this up, because this is a key part of my creative process, whether it's a tattoo or a painting for somebody.
The question was for that.
Yay, okay, we're here. Yeah. So they're telling me their intentions, and so let me rewind from where I am now. It's a much quicker process to where I was when I started. When I started, I would sit with my client for a tattoo or painting, and I would sit and do a one-on-one guided meditation for them. And it would take about 30 minutes to an hour, and we discuss everything after. And what that allowed us to do was to get into those lower flowing brainwave states together. And what would happen is I could then activate the vision, and I could begin to see shapes and colors and designs flowing around their body. And what I will do is then draw directly on their skin a design, or I will draw a sketch that will be the essence, the structure for what that painting will become. And so what used to take an hour now takes seconds. And this is what Jose Silva is talking about. And this is what I'm going to give you a glimpse into, because we don't have hours and days yet to work on this with, but together on. But I'll give you a little taste into what's possible. So if we worked together, this could be something we really cultivate, and you'll get access to that quickness. That's what I want for you. So the more often you do this, I mean, I was doing it almost every day of the week, sitting in a meditation, guiding them through this, and then it got quicker and quicker, and I had to readjust my process and communicate this. And there was moments when I'd say, to my clients, this used to take longer, but I'm just getting this guidance. I don't need to do it the way I used to. It's just quicker now. And I hope you can understand that I'm not trying to shorten our experience together, but it's just so efficient this way. I think you'll get more out of it. And just being so open and surrendering to the natural flow and the evolution of my process is big. So I encourage you to think about that with your own processes, that they are constantly evolving, and the speed at which you create will change and evolve, and to not stay stuck in what you think you know, and to stay very open. And this is part of the co-creative process. Does that answer? Yeah? Okay, cool. You're welcome. Okay, so co-creativity. That's what we're going to talk about first, and then we'll go into the exercise. Let's see where we're at. Great. Okay. So co-creation with the divine. To me, what I was saying before, this is like this clear, direct channel to the divine source, God, to me. Okay? I used to pray to everything. Like the angels, the goddesses, the aliens, like whatever it is, like, come, let's see what comes through, And what that created was creative, spiritual chaos. And you can see it in my old art. It's actually darker. It's actually more chaotic to look at. And my newer work, now that I'm just like, all right, just clear, I don't want to deal with anything other than the divine source. I want this to be from the highest, the lightest. Let's just go plug directly into that. I don't want to be drained anymore. And so it is so apparent. The publisher, Lisa from Rockpool, came by my booth, and she's like, wow, this is your new work. I can tell the difference. It's lighter, it's brighter. There's breathing room in it, and there's more space in it, and it's clearer. So she can feel the difference already just from me consciously plugging into just the divine source. So I think that's a really huge part of it. And that's where I come back to that Christ consciousness alignment. It's just the clearest, directest channel. And I see it, like, I think about the symbol of the cross, And I want to kind of reform that, because there's stuff in like traditional religion that may not feel like it aligns with you, but there's some massive sacred secrets in that too, that I think is why it's been such a huge part of the world. Anyway, this is a long conversation. We're not going to go all the way into that, but there's something to this. And if you want to talk more about it with me, scan that code and we can talk about it. But there's something to that, and I can feel the difference, and things have aligned more powerfully and clearly in my life. And I think that's why I had that initial vision come through with the alignment with the Christ energy. There's something to it. So that's what I connect to, and I feel that that has what has helped me access the sacred wealth that helps me support my family through my art businesses. And that's what I want for you. So the whole idea of the Intuitive Artists Institute is to help give you a shortcut that I wish I had access to in my early 20s. And there are no other alternatives that I've found that honor the sacred, that honor the intuition and this co-creative process. Okay, so now co-creation. It is a deeply constantly surrendering process. All right, what am I here to create? What do you want to create through me, God? What is that? And stepping aside and staying so open to that inspiration and allowing it. And that's what I'm talking about, the childlike playfulness, like whatever you got to do, it's a sensual, creative, fun space to be in. So put on fun music. I wish we could have, I don't know how to do that today, but that would be cool. Music's a huge part of it. Putting on music, lighting candles, setting the stage, really making a date with yourself to make art and sticking to it and not letting what I call the distraction monsters come in and rob you of your time doing that, where you can access that flow state. So staying obedient to that is massive. It is key. And that's what we're going to do today, is play around with that. So we're going to do kind of 3 different exercises. The signature style is a thing that maybe some of you have come here for. Anyone interested in like developing their signature style in art? Or do you feel like you want to explore that more? Yeah, okay. That's a really important part too, because we want to be able to stand out as individual artists and offer something really unique and authentic to the world and make an impact with the work and the visual messages and the visual communication modes we're working in. And we don't want to just be carbon copies of each other of what's trending. I really want to see your art and help you see the beauty that is naturally your own way of mark making, and pull that out of you and help you strengthen and own that on a whole nother level. And that's how we can find more signature styles. So that's something that we'll explore a little bit in our workshop today. But that's a key thing I help my artists really hone into and develop strong collections of work based in their own style, and then finding what I call magnetic marketing for their signature offer to be of service with their art. Okay, so first of all, before we're going to partner off, but first we're going to do this just for yourself. You'll have your something to write on and something to draw with. Yes? Anyone need anything? Pen? Okay. Luis is right back here. Great. So it's just a flimsy piece of paper, right? We don't really need much. This could be on a napkin. This could be on your skin. Whatever you want to use, okay? And fold the paper if it feels too flimsy, or you can put it on a program or something. It doesn't need to be a big drawing. It can be big, it can be small. And when you're ready, in a moment.
Going once, going twice.
Anyone need anything else? Okay, so I want you to close your eyes real quick. And I want you to feel into just how you're feeling today, like the highest, best feeling you can access today. Maybe put a word to it or name the feeling. And just hold that energy in your heart. If you can, let it well up in your energy, in your arms, in your heart. And then when you open your eyes, you can do that now, focusing on that feeling you just welled up in your heart. I want you to just draw something, just scribble something, just make movements naturally from that feeling while you're holding it in your heart space. You can keep your eyes closed while you do it. You can look at it. You can keep adding to it. The idea is to let it just flow out of you without judging it, without analyzing it. Just raise your hand when you feel complete. Anyone that's complete, willing to share how that felt? Yeah, can you come up here and share, please? How does it feel?
So immediately I closed my eyes and I just focused in what I was feeling, and I felt very at peace and very calm. I think just because being here, there's a lot of meditation and a lot of just like relaxation and understanding yourself. And then I immediately saw like a wave, just like a wave crashing, and I could just hear the sound of it. And so as soon as I opened my eyes, I like knew what to draw. It was cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. What's your name?
I'm Ariana.
Thank you for sharing
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
That's really cool. Accessed it. Woo! So cool. Anyone else want to come and share?
Can I just share from here?
Sure.
It felt like it flowed, like I was flowing in the water, and actually I wanted to close my eyes.
While you were drawing, you wanted to
Yeah,
close your eyes?
I just
Wow.
did it with closed eyes,
Mhm.
I'd like to ask, was there anybody else
having water ideas? Because I had the same thing, like a waterfall.
Yeah, I had a series of waves too.
Yeah.
I was
too.
waiting.
I'm wondering.
Water, water.
And then it says love, joy, and happy.
Wow, look at that. All my water babies. We're family. How cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a heart, and inside the heart there was water and mountains, and then there was this bird rising from the waters.
Wow. How fascinating is that? A huge part of the work I make is all about the water. So we're on the same wavelength. How cool.
We might have tuned in
Yeah.
because there's a lot of blue.
That's true. Yeah. So this stuff's real. It works. And each one of you, it would be so cool to show each other. Do you want to show each other share with the person next to you what it looks like? Let's see what they look like. I want you to notice the differences.
These are supposed to be waves. But I think they shouldn't be jagged in lines.
Whatever it is. It's a wave. Oh, yeah. Something's been up in a cage.
I was just reading.
But it's okay. It's interesting. I like the
Part of the law. Where that is more. Yeah, I never noticed that. That's flowing.
Ignited.
She wasn't there yet. Still. Well, after my session, I would be on the selection. She was up by that house. Oh, I gotta get to that lecture. It's like a marbling.
So where did you end up doing that?
The sauna thing. Yeah, that's right. The sauna thing. And I did psychedelic healing.
And then he ate mushrooms.
Mine more abstract. You know what? You keep your eyes closed, and then you pick up the sound that comes through, and then always flashing lights on the thing, and then so you got your eyes closed, and you see patterns, you see different colors. It's really amazing. Some stay longer than others, and skulls, nothing you can really make out. My eyes can, one eye can blinking, whole body, and then I try to feel more in the body, and I can feel other stuff, but I'm just like, just reacting to it. It was interesting. Maybe authenticity.
Was that kind of your favorite so far?
So you didn't
The guy that she's doing sessions on us. Today, did he resonate with you?
yeah, you can tell the whole history and stuff. Everything's with your daughters. Pulled that out of nowhere.
He said to kind of have this shaman type of approach.
You'd be like,
Yeah, and I was telling him.
Well done, everyone. This is so cool.
So I looked at pretty much everybody's, and no one made something identical. So you all have proved that everyone makes marks in a completely unique and incredibly different, beautiful way. And a huge part of what makes someone a important, powerful visual communicator is that they can recognize their differences in their natural mark making ways. So that's what I want to continue to focus on while we're here, because the differences are what make you so, so, so special. And that's where the beauty is. I didn't look at your guys' work, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Can I
It's
see?
okay. I could just tell you what I had.
Yeah, tell us.
I didn't have water, I had wind. It was blowing a tree.
Oh, nice too.
So it's kind of traumatic, but flowing.
Cool.
I'm just a relaxed person.
Yes, I
Happy,
love it.
happy, relaxed person.
And that's fun and joyful in the way you created that. Okay, so you all accomplished part 1. Good job. Okay, if you continue to do this for yourself and practice this on a regular basis, accessing a feeling and then pouring it outward, that's how, what you just did is exactly how I start all of my paintings. Whether it's for a painting that's just for me, that someone may own in the future, or for a client or person that's purchasing, collector, whatever you want to call them, you know? So it's the same process. And you could do this whether it's with pen or pencil or pastel or throwing water and coffee on the floor. It doesn't matter. And something I think is a really cool thing when you I don't have time to create. If you drink tea or coffee, you can paint with that in the mornings on your napkin. Or if you go and eat at a restaurant and you have, let's say you're eating sushi, you can play with the soy sauce and your chopsticks on a napkin and draw. And that is activating more of these brainwaves, lower brainwave frequencies, and this will help you tap into the flow state faster. If you can just build that into your lifestyle and start seeing everything as a tool for creating and every moment as an opportunity to make intuitive art. Yes, go ahead.
You know, on YouTube they have the brainwave state recordings, and you can listen to something that's alpha waves or gamma or whatever. Do you ever utilize that, or do you know anybody that utilizes that to kind of put them in an alpha state?
Yeah, I think any of those kinds of things work. Whatever it takes, go for it and do it.
Right.
I think just any kind of ambient music works for me. It could be the sound of nature. It could be just you thinking about your intentions for something you want to create. You don't really need anything, but those are great resources as well. I have a little YouTube thing, nothing really fancy, but there is a guided meditation I made that you can go to. It's Justine Art Studio, and there's access to a free download there where I have a whole workbook that will give you more information on this kind of stuff too, and so that's available also. But all those things are great. Whatever it takes to calm down and access that flow state. There was another question. Yeah?
I thought that was interesting when you just said activate your art, because I do a bullet journal, and every month I have goals, and they repeat, slow down, focus on one thing. And one of them was activate your art and your creativity, because it helps you to relax. And so that's interesting that you said, because I write that, and then each month I just put it again in the month's goals, just as a reminder to activate that.
And here you are with all the tools now to activate it.
Because I'm like, art, and it's so important.
Yeah, it is so important. I would so much rather the world be filled with your art, with people like you, than anyone else. I think that conscious creators are the most important creators on the planet, and I feel so strongly about that. And the clearer your connection can be, the more powerful your communication will be visually. Yeah.
So I just
share something I've noticed when you said about how, you know, everybody's art is different, and we are still have so many similarities. We are in one room, we are creating this unity, and like how beautiful it is to be free to express, you know, without having to argue about it, right?
Yeah.
Everything is inclusive, right? We can include and just honor. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm so glad you said that too, because the community you all are in, just in this room, if you could cultivate these relationships and keep in touch with each other, there's nothing more powerful than connecting with other people that feel the same way that you do and create from the same place that you do. And artists need artists to help keep us alive and have that spirit continue to thrive. Without this creative community, we can feel like we're doing it all by ourselves, or it's too out there, it's too weird, and no one in the world seems to support us. So we get lost. We don't value it. We don't make it. We'll let anything come before actually making the art. And that's what they call resistance. Has anyone heard of that book, what is it? The War of Art? Yeah, War of Art? Art of War? War of Art. Yeah, very important that we do this. War of Art.
War of Art.
Yeah, read that one ASAP. It's really good. Good point. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so now the next part is we're going to partner up. Oh, yeah.
I just want to say one other thing. I have issues with when I do art. Sometimes I feel like, well, I don't deserve to do my art. It's too. I feel like I don't deserve to do it, and then I have to do all these other things before I go and play. So I have a hard time of taking time out for myself to create something nice, and I just look at my art room and walk away. So.
I think that's a really common feeling, is that we don't value our creative life force. We don't take, I mean, some of us have a hard time even just with like self-care is like a huge thing in our world right now, right? It's because none of us, well, not, I'm going to say none of us, but it's a huge thing because many people don't need help valuing that. We need help valuing ourselves first, putting on the mask first. And I think that creating intentional, intuitive art is just as important as brushing your teeth and eating a good breakfast and washing your body. You know, it is a very important basic need. And if you neglect it, you will feel that. You will feel the lack of that. And it is one of the greatest, that's why that book is going to be really important, that it is the greatest act of spiritual devotion, of self-love, of commitment to making an impact for others to see, because that ripples off. So if you were to commit every day to making something in some way creative, and then someone else gets to see that or hear about what you got to do, that's going to ripple off naturally, and they're going to feel inspired by that. And then that will make them want to make something creative too. And then that will expand, and it ripples off and ripples out. And this whole world will become more healthy and happy and self-expressed. That book is going to be so important. They talk about, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a huge part of that book is that Hitler wanted to be a creative, and he avoided it and had so much resistance to it that he created the Holocaust. Like, this is serious stuff. So read it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the huge part of the story, if I remember. Do you remember? Something like that. The War of Art. Stephen Pressfield. Yeah. Thank you. Stephen Pressfield.
There's
Mhm.
also a book called The Artist Way, which
Yeah.
is really good too when you're blocked.
Yeah.
And that you can, at first I'm having a hard time where you just mindlessly write or do whatever to kind of get all that stuff out every day. But it is kind of neat because some of us are blocked.
Yeah, that's a good book. I can't recommend. I've never really read it, but a lot of people really like it. It's The Artist Way. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah. I do very unusual art, and I love doing it, and I'm not blocked. It's on archetypes of like goddesses and cycles of life, death, and rebirth. But the problem is that if I try to sell it or find a gallery, I'm not doing typical landscapes. And so people don't understand it, so many. And I worry about that. But, my friends or some people, it's not that I don't sell some stuff, but I don't know what to do about that, because that kind of inhibits me, that, I keep thinking, oh, the general public doesn't like it, they don't understand it,
Yeah, I think that might be what I would call a distraction monster, a limiting belief. Yeah, because I think that you're sitting in a whole room, a whole place of, I think there's going to be like 20,000 people here that speak your language, that want to see what you make.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a little distraction monster. Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. That feels right on.
Cool.
I just,
Yeah. One more question, then we'll go into that next exercise. Did you have a question?
I just wanted to reflect about what you said, and I think that we as dancers, we've been dancing ballet for years and years, and now we found this beautiful meditation way of dancing, ecstatic dance, where everyone is invited. So just taking that step and saying, ballet is beautiful, but why should I dance someone else's steps? I have my own dance.
Well said.
And I'll find, and there's thousands of communities around the world dancing ecstatic dancing, and most people didn't have a background in dance, so, just do you.
Excuse me. I think that our announcer, Joan, may have left her phone here. Joan, if you're watching this, if you can hear me.
Might be your warning that you only have 10 minutes or something.
It's 12:50. I think we get to go till 12:30. Is that correct? 1:30. Yeah, 1:30. Okay, I would love for you to connect with a partner. Pick a partner, any partner.
Can we do 3?
Yeah, you can do 3. You'll eventually move to a new partner, so that'll work great. Anyone need a partner? All right, raise your hands when you got your partners. Okay, put your hands down. Anyone need a partner? Need a partner? Can you join? Do you do a 3, however way? Okay. Okay, great. All right. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is I'm going to help you. Who wants to make art for your partner? You guys ready to do that? Y'all ready to do that? Okay. Okay, who's going to be the A partner, the one who's going to start? Raise your hand. Who's going to start it? Okay, so the one who's going to start is going to be the one who's going to draw first. Okay? A is going to draw first. Yeah. That's a good question. You know what? I have another over here. Can I connect you together? This would be really cool, actually. You have a 3, 2,
1, contact.
2, 1, 2. Okay. Then you can bounce together. I think it'll work better if we do 2. And then you can switch back around. Okay. It's really good practice. It's really good. Okay. Okay, so you're making contact. Okay, so you have a natural first impression from each other. Yeah? Okay, so now you're going to let that all go. Okay? Let that all go. Okay? And you're gonna close your eyes with that next to that person. You don't need to touch each other. I've never touched my clients when I do this, so that's not necessary. I like it. I like when we don't, because you maintain your own energy, they maintain their own energy. But if you'd like to give each other permission, if you feel like you want to do this, and have someone draw their interpretation of your intentions, say okay, or I refrain, and we don't have to do this. Okay? So I want you to just give permission that you're willing to have your kind of like your energy be connected to. Like avatar, like ponytails. Like, can I connect to your ponytail energy? You know what I mean? Okay. So if you feel comfortable, I'm going to assume you do. If you don't, then you can pass on this and just listen, okay? So B partner is going to communicate. We're going to take a moment of silence to just ground ourselves and feel into a intention or a feeling of the highest vibration of that human soul, like the best possible energy of that soul you're sitting next to. So let's just close our eyes.
Of yourself or the other person?
Both of you are going to close your eyes. The B partner is going to focus on those intentions, okay? The A partner is going to feel. So the B partner is settling in to their own energy, connecting to the highest and best version of yourself. Maybe you have a wish or intention. Let's hone in on maybe a word or a feeling. And the A partner is going to hold that space and feel the B partner's highest, truest, most beautiful essence that B is holding and creating that energy of. And when the A partner feels ready, they can begin to draw. Just flow, free, just scribble, scrabble, just let it flow. Just a quick little drawing. Just movement on the page. And this is a space of love and non-judgment and acceptance and honoring. So you don't need to worry about that. Just let what comes through come through. Okay, and when you feel complete, I would love for the B partner to share what that word or feeling was, and then for the A partner to share the drawing.
Giving. Wow.
Okay, so you can share.
This is like, I thought it was like a flag that was exploding. And all that energy was going everywhere. From the heart. Yeah. That's neat.
That's awesome.
Okay. Now the next part. Ready for the next part? Anyone ready for the next part? Anyone ready for the next part? Yeah. You're going to switch. Okay? With a new partner. You want to do it for the same partner and then switch again? All right. You can do it for the same partner. We're going to do the same partner and then we'll switch again. All right? Return it. And then we're going to switch again. Maybe we have enough time. Yeah, we have about 30 minutes. So we can do that. You're going to return the favor and then we'll switch again. So why don't you write the person's name whose symbol you just drew on your page. So you drew for Chris. So you would write Chris on your drawing. Okay. All right. So now you're going to switch. Are you ready? Now the B person is going to draw, and the A is going to hold the feeling of their energy in the highest, brightest, best version of themselves, and B is going to tap into that and feel that for them too. And B is A is going to focus on an intention and a word that comes through. And so we're going to close our eyes and do that moment of silence to ground into those intentions, okay? Okay, ready? On mark and say, ground. And now A's can begin to draw. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Okay, when you feel complete, you're welcome to share with your partner what that intention was and what came through and how that was for you both. You can share what that word was.
Yeah, like it's energy. That's what I kept feeling. I kept seeing electric, seeing energy, like yes, energy waves. That's what I was feeling. But when it's happening, like if I wanted not the best.
So you got a son?
Does anyone have a cool experience they want to come up and share with us? Well, I'd love if you come up because then everyone can hear you better and you can show us your art too. Come up here. Come and tell us. Because we have a camera and those people need to see and hear your story loud. And I don't think this goes that far. This is a challenge for you to come up and inspire and be of service. Come up and share. Anyone have a cool experience they want to share? Yeah? Yeah? Come share. Come share. Okay. I don't think it reaches that far. This is as far as we can go. I'll meet you halfway. I know this takes a lot of courage. Thank you. So how can you? All right, we've got brave intuitive artists up here who are going to share their experience of what this was like. Okay, ready? Okay, tell us about what happened.
So this was super cool is that when we first came in, we both connected and we were just kind of talking. I absolutely know this. I don't know this lady at all, but I looked at her art that she's already doing. She's very artistic and very talented. So when we were sitting there and I was thinking of, heart and my heart expanding and love and just my heart expanding, like vibrating. And she drew. I mean, that's amazing. That's totally like the minute that I opened my eyes and looked at what she wrote, I was like, I get chills just talking about it. And then,
can you see this? This is,
so I
yeah,
saw lightness and vibration and wanting to be in that space and be free to be in that space. And there was a particular picture. It's hard for me in this environment with so many people in the room to get to that place.
Yeah, got it. Look at that. Talk about heart expansion. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Wow. And then how was it vice versa?
Well, for me,
I see color more than, I mean, I see art, but then I see the color within the art. So for me, I was feeling that I drew just a shadow of her face with these thoughts coming, where hearts and flowers coming in and feelings coming in. And I saw joy. And I didn't want to be negative, but I also saw, you know, the fear, just a little bit of being accepted in that and stuff. And it gave me chills because I didn't want to be negative, but I just told her what came from me and what I felt. So it was super cool. That was fun.
And I was concentrating on my true intention, which is peace and freedom to create art. So, yeah, it was right on.
It was really cool.
Powerful.
And we don't know each other at all.
Wow, powerful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you both. That's really inspiring. I feel like I want to see what.
My art's not.
You know, you could.
It's not as good as hers.
Well, that's a no judging here. These are sketches. These are quick sketches. Oh, you're gonna show us. Cool.
It kind of looks like she's on fire, so I'm sorry. I'm not the. But to me, this was the love and the joy. Her worth was down here because I don't think she sees her worth, and then her heart. And then I was trying to make her like a butterfly. So she has been a cocoon, but now she's becoming the butterfly. And if she can, you know, get this and bring it in. So
I feel like that's really accurate for all of us. That we all have to value this a lot more than we do. And that's really beautiful. Thanks for showing. Yeah, no judgment on these, okay? That's just like not allowed here. That's the only rule here. That even your own stuff, you're going to judge your stuff the hardest, and that's what I want you to let go of, because this is a practice, and what comes through in your own way, that's what I'm saying, is your own way, your unique way of mark making. No matter how weird it might look, is so beautiful and cool, and you can fall madly in love with that. And if you can fall in love with it, then I can fall in love with it, and everyone else can fall in love with it. And then you're really owning your creative life force energy, this God-given gift that's been given to you. It's huge. And it starts with you owning it and loving how it comes out. There's one of my students, Monica, is she's in the Netherlands, and so a lot of my students are in all over the world, and we meet weekly on Zoom to do our sessions. And Monica talks about how she used to paint very realistic animals, and then she developed some health condition where she's shaking more. And so what she does is own it, and she adds that beautiful, natural, innate shake into her art and makes these beautiful, abstract, very meaningful, intuitive pieces. I don't care if you just scribble something like this, but your intention was so beautiful and pure and has a magical story to it. That's what you communicate when I look at this. Maybe it's in the title. It tells a story about something about the moment that you captured, the essence that you held in your heart when you're creating it. And I fall in love with that. And that's what I want to invest in. And that's what I have value in, is the meaning behind it. And there's so much meaning in the work you just created. So please fall in love with it. No more judgment on it, okay? Anyone else want to share a cool experience that came through? Come on. Whoever's...
Come get it.
Hey, you can go first. Okay, so my name is Althea, and I was thinking love, and I was focusing on my fourth chakra. And I'm working with my fourth chakra. In fact, on my Kundalini as well. I had a Kundalini session this morning. So Ariana drew me a picture where now I'm reading it as it's my Kundalini rising. And it's first it's going small, like it's a small, here. Yeah, it's like a step-by-step Kundalini awakening that is going to clear the block in my heart. Because she clearly, pictured a block here. That's probably, my Kundalini rising, and then she's showing how it's all breaking apart, and it goes like this. Phew. So it's like cleansing of the fourth chakra, just raising your kundalini, going up and up and up and up. And what kundalini does, it just it really revives, it just resets your whole being. And I do have, from my past experiences, I have pain in my fourth chakra. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
She's psychic. I told you she's psychic. Okay. So,
You're all intuitive.
yeah, we're all I'll hold it for you.
Oh, okay. So my middle name is Sunshine, so I think I have like a bright energy. So I was just thinking of the word sunshine, and she drew a fireball and stars and camping, which I have this tattoo that she drew actually right here.
Yes, she has the mountains.
And she didn't see it or anything, so it was just really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, this girl has fire in her. She's very earthly person. Fire. There's.
And because you can see that, you do too.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right.
So beautiful what you created. Thank you. Let's see if we have time for one more. Okay, I'd love for you to switch one more time with a new person, okay? This is gonna be really cool. One more person. Same exercise.
So it's like a frog. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, I love it. This is your first time?
Okay. All right, we're going to dive into this last little exercise. And right before we do it, there's just something I want to read to you that I wrote, or I'll try to say it, not just read directly. But I feel like this is really important to think about for the co-creative process, and that surrendering to the divine process and letting go. And so if you're fully letting go, and what's coming through is like an expression of the divine through you, and you are divine connection, then how could we judge it? How could we put it down? Why would we not just love it for every little inconsistency, for every little weird rhythm, or something that looks random when it's actually divine order? It's sacred, everything that comes out of you. And something that I read that, anyone heard of Danielle Laporte? I think she wrote this book called The Desire Map that I love. And she talked about desire as a prayer. So I was thinking about that, and I'm thinking that if your desire is a prayer, then the answer is your obedience, your surrendering to create the art you desire so deeply to make. And that surrendering is what people resist so much. Like what you're talking about, Mom. You know, it's that just surrendering to the fact that you are a creative being and you have a purpose to create. And when you're done with creating, then you'll pass away. So it won't necessarily be visual art all of the time for all of us. It'll be many different forms of creation. And creation, co-creation, ultimately is love and the expression of that. So there's a quote by what's her name? I'm blanking out. The wife of Tim Burton. Anyone remember her name? Helen Bonham Carter. Right, okay. She wrote a quote that's about everything you do is art. The way you make your tea, the way you cook, the way you put your bedroom together, the way you walk, the way you dance, the way you make love, everything is an expression of your divine co-creative act. So love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now the third experience, you're gonna do this again with each other, your new partner, and we'll do it twice if we have enough time. So we'll do quicker expressions, okay? So that, like my process has gotten quicker over time. Now we're gonna a quicker expression, a gesture of the feeling, okay? Less fully rendered, but capture the essence, okay? And so close your eyes and ground yourselves in. Actually, I'm going to change it up a little bit, okay? So close your eyes, okay? And I'll describe it to you. Okay. Both of you are going to hone in to that intention that you were focused on before, the highest vibration, best version of you living your dream life. What is the essence of that feeling, that intention, honing in, both of you honing in on this. Honing in on it for yourselves, your own selves, both of you. And now gently switch the focus onto your partner energetically while your eyes are still closed, and feel that highest vibration, best, most loved version of that person you can. And when you open your eyes, you're going to draw on behalf of each other at the same time. So you're drawing a symbol for your partner, both of you at the same time. Okay, you can share with each other what came through.
Started small, but I just see you being super supporting, very loving, you're very proud, and then you're also
You're on the track, but also
support you back. That's so cool. Yeah, there is two sides that I got. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to pause you right there. I want you to keep in touch with your partners your new relationships, your new intuitive artist partners, or your buddies now. What I want you to do, we have 5 minutes left, so I'm going to try to squeeze this in here, okay? I'd love for you to meet up get in a little cluster of your 4 and look at each other's art. So the people you worked with, even if you do this right after, okay? I want you to look at the differences and the similarities and identify, because you're going to look back you're going to notice how 2 people interpreted you and how you interpreted 2 people. Do you know what I mean? You're going to see the uniqueness and the similarities, and what this is going to do is help you see a glimpse into your unique style, your unique intuitive artistic style. And how you figure that out is with this little diagram here. Basically, on a bigger scale, outside of this container, in your life, what are your gifts? Your intuitive gifts. And that could be simply that you love painting and you love the ocean, all this water people, and you love everything water, and that's a passion for you, and it's a gift that you have a desire to be at the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Gift is where there's passion. You have a passion to create art through sculpture, through ceramics, through dance, whatever it is, your intuitive gifts. And then mixed with your natural way of mark making or move making, or your natural rhythm and how that comes through you naturally. Those 2 together create your unique style. So that's something to identify, and that's what this whole exercise is for you to see how you interpreted 2 different people's energy and how they interpreted yours. And what those similarities and differences are, and notice the styles. You're going to be looking at a lot of each other's art. So when we go out of here, do that and look at each other's work so you can see and start to identify your uniqueness. And that's what I would encourage you to hone and practice and amplify and own and love and cherish more than anything, He's creating that time for you to make the art, the intuitive art you came here to make, to Earth to make in this lifetime. Yeah.
One thing that I've noticed a thread, this partner, I have a partner with people that share the intuitive aspect. It was so cool. Like this wonderful artist here envisioned in details my house, and it was truly exactly what she,
Wow.
she envisioned. So I think the intuition here is very high right now. It's
Very,
beautiful.
very. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing
Thank
that.
you for creating that space for us.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really want to thank you all for being here and being so brave to do this. The last thing is you have your brochures, your envelopes. If you haven't opened them up, open them up. There is a gift in there for you. And I want you to use that scan code to get the official invitation to my intuitive art workshop. That's going to be in person. It's free to you that are coming to the expo, that are coming to my lectures. RSVP with that scan code so we can connect more. You can come to my studio. I can paint with you. I can show you how I do things. I'm in LA. Yeah, it's going to be on March 11th at 1 o'clock. But scan the code, and then if you're interested in taking your art to the next level, building out your intuitive art skills, your business, possibly build a legacy with your art, the I Am Code, the Intuitive Artist Institute might be perfect for you. So if you're interested in that, you can email me from that scan code too, and we can talk more. See if it's a right fit. So that's available. I'm so grateful to you all for showing up for yourselves and to this. It's so cool. And keep in touch. I'd love to see your art as you evolve and take it to wherever it's supposed to be. I would love to stay connected. So truly, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mama, you can be proud.
So Jim, you're Are we gonna run around and try to find Transformational healing, divine guidance, and channeling. And channel
Okay, 360. What's in the envelope? I was like, yeah, really. Thank you. Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna call you now too. I don't know. She just sent me it. It's like much like I was like, I'm there. Because I love her so much, but I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, I'm not a professional. I'm an intuitive artist. But I'm a visual artist. Do you know what I have actually? Do you know what I'm saying? Yes. I did a workshop with just like a friend. And there's like a little community of LA artists that's like advocating for I think sometimes paint together. Before the pandemic more so, and then during the pandemic more like Zoom, you just have like a random paint. The train, yeah. And we were talking, like, she mentioned a mushroom, and like the creativity of mushrooms, and how even though we're all disconnected physically, like we're connected through the internet virtually, and we're still connected through our outlets. And it's crazy, but her, the person she works with, contacted me later and said, I'm not describing a whole series of mushrooms, and we were trying to figure out where she found that inspiration, and we were looking through Zoom, and we saw that was her that's so cool! Right, and it's all constant creation and vibrate, like you were saying. You have no idea how you impact that, what you feel when you say it, and it's all connected. I'm gonna follow you. And I love your tattoo. Anisha. Yes. Good to meet you. Absolutely. We'll come to your favorite. Yeah. What's your name? Justine. Can we have this? Thank you. Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. But you know, it's again, changes that like the winters are not that bad at all. It just it's like the summer. We had a couple of days. 90 something. So I mean, I actually bought very easy. I don't know, like somewhere maybe Long Beach or like some beaches. Yeah. So I'm learning.
In and out.
So exactly about that surrender, about going like no judge anything. Embrace it and let it go. Thank you. But not like I know, me too. It's like, yeah. So anyway, so that's why I was thinking about moving here too, because of that agape, you know. I'm actually studying with them. I'm actually like a licensed practitioner. So, and you know, they do everything on Zoom, but they are combining the reality and their own band. So they have like music and inspiration, so they have to move, coming in and singing, and the reading is like we're reading from like spiritual books, like, you know, Michael Singer or like, you know, different people, and there's like affirmations and all this stuff, and his thoughts are like flying, and he's like, you know, like dominion, you know, someone that uses whatever, you just want it, you know, like all that, yes, I was like, everything surrenders to us.
I'm here in LA. I'm here in LA, so I'm going to come.
Actually, listen to her. Human design.
Anyway, I just to meet you already. Last minute. Maybe let's bring one of friends. Oh, perfect. I'm Diana.
Actually, if you add fruits on your right, really nice. Yeah, that's my friend. Just buying this really low. So that but it's really newborn beef. So you see the kind of screen like this was so the yeah, I mean
I'm pretty sure.
And then when I came back, then I was like,
I just wanted to that's all.
I'm like, I always wanted to do. Have you heard about the very good too. That was good because they gave you the music and the guided meditation and the scene you just down, like almost like down. And that's 50 minutes. So. It's amazing. So I didn't see your wow. And it's expensive. I can see you. You know, yeah, here's one fruit juice. I have 12. Oh, my station was closed when I was there. So, you know, like when I went to whatever, and I drove on the way, it's like, okay, I always go there. Yeah, here. And I went also to the factory, you know. Thank you. So we were and apparently the trees there are did plant them, so like those like orange trees with like, I mean that was years ago, but we went to the
Amazing. Yeah, we all did. Yeah. It was interesting though that everybody
Yeah, I can't find it. It's like, you know, like, no, because I'm thinking about, I don't like to talk, you know. And like, everything is showing like here, everything is showing up. But for me, I'm already there. I said, my being I'm just thinking, oh my God, my friends are gonna laugh at me. Like I'm just complaining, you know, like, it's not possible. Like the guy, like, thank you. I'm just taking picture of somebody faster than
Yeah, we'll go back. Are you here? Oh, cool. So we can connect on sure, or whatever. Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for today. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for today.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. We connect.